women. They need to hear the voices of black men. They need to hear the stories. Take it away from politics. This is a time for real human life that is being taken away. Make them look in our eyes before they vote for Trump again. Thank you.
Hello, I'm coming to you as a non-black woman, as an indigenous woman who is in solidarity and sisterhood to every black and indigenous and person of color in this country. I think about how our system was made to uphold one group of people and to hold back the rest of us. I wasn't meant to be here today. As an indigenous woman, we're supposed to be the ones most likely to be stolen, most likely to be murdered, the most likely to be raped. And black women too. They're parallel. We're together. Our liberation, black liberation and indigenous liberation are one and the same. And I will stand with you, and I will stand in front of you if a police officer were to come today. And I know I have sisters in this crowd that know that for a fact. And I would stand for my white brothers and sisters too. Because I didn't come to this world, the Creator didn't drop me into this world to stand only for one race. I've been taught better. I've been taught the indigenous way, which means that we are loving and we stand with each other when injustices take us out. And I can tell you there's nothing that breaks my heart more than seeing particularly black women killed in their sleep. How dare you? How dare you as a system think that that's going to be okay? Because I can tell you right now, the revolution is coming. And it's going to be ugly, and then it's going to get real pretty. Because you know what? Black and indigenous women know how to do it. Black and indigenous women know how to do it. That's what you follow. If you are a white person, you don't move unless the black women move. You don't leave unless the indigenous women move. You wait for us. We know. I don't need to be told to be more politically correct. I don't need to be told police. Well, I get that all the time. You can imagine, and my daughter. But I'm here today to tell you, you can't tone police my heart. You can't shut down what I know to be justice and what is right for the beautiful human being that Breonna Taylor was and everything she represents as of today. She deserves all of us standing in front of those bullets, and I will do it anytime. You call me. You call me. You can find me on Facebook. I'm everywhere. I'm kind of a little nut about it. You call me, and I will stand with you if you get caught by the police. You need bail money. I will do anything in my power. And you know what? I don't have a job no more, so guess what Tara's going to do? I'm on, and it's coming. No jail will be built in this town. No jail will be built in this town. I'm chaining myself to that. Anyways, I love you all.
First and foremost, I'm glad that everybody came out here today to support their sister, because it is your sister. Though she's in another part of the land, it is your sister. I don't know the intricacies of what transpired in our sister's house as she slept that day. But I do know that in any science, if the premise is wrong, then the outcome is wrong. We all know that the house that they went to was the wrong house. So anything that transpires after that act is wrong. The time has come. America is ready, and you got to stay pushing. I'm not going to be long because it's some beautiful, powerful sisters that's coming to grace this microphone. I'm here to just support y'all. Salute.
Well, I'm not trying to disappoint you. I'm not a sister. But, my name is Kurt Robinson, and I serve as the executive director for I Did the Time and the Spokane branch of the Voice. I'm having a kind of a solemn moment, solemn time. Brother just came up and asked me if I've been out fighting fire this year, and I was like, no, man, everything's in crisis back home. And this is a crisis. America is in a crisis. I've thought a lot about what I was going to say up here. I'm just going to speak from my heart. I'm hurt, I'm pissed, tired, frustrated, angry, and I have absolutely had enough of this fucking nonsense. Our people, for over 400 years, just on this continent, have just been mowed over time and time again, and you want to have another fucking conversation about why this isn't okay today. Why letting obvious people that gunned somebody down that wasn't supposed to be gunned down, who had a right to defend themselves in their home, let alone be a woman of color doing so, let alone be an officer doing so, why that's a problem, why that's an issue. America is in a place where we are getting a very real invitation, and it is America. I appreciate you having that flag right there, bro. Because you know what, I'm going to tell you, America has not yet been as great as she's supposed to be. She's had moments of greatness, but she's not there yet, and that's what this is about. This is about that reckoning that we are not there. This is how far we have to go, and we need to get started now. We cannot play around anymore. We do not need some overly misogynistic, racist person in the White House spouting up 10 miles of nonsense and now talking about how we might not even go out of office if we throw it out. No! Enough! I have had enough. We have had enough. It is beyond ridiculous to even think that the response to Black Lives Matter and Breonna Taylor is All Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter. This is about white racism. This is about white fragility. This is about classism power and the fight to keep it. Right? What we need is we need accountability from the top down, by us, with us, and for us, not for them. There's a lot more I can say, there's a lot more I feel like saying, but I'm just going to let you. You, we, we all need to get out there and vote, without a doubt, and not just vote and then, okay, hey, maybe Trump's out of office, thank God, right? But then not be lulled back to sleep again. Because that's what happened. We got lulled into complacency as a country, and we are paying for it now. Okay? What I'm going to say to you racist people out there is that we've been here for 400 years. In spite of everything that you've done, do you think we're going anywhere? We're just getting started. I'm just getting started, and I'm here to tell you, you better check yourself, or we're going to check you. Breonna Taylor, say her name, Black Lives Matter.
issues, please stay back, relax. We'll be right back. It's about a 30-minute march, and we're going to go ahead and take off right now. Please come back. We will have more speakers as well as a local musician. Thank you.